So what's up, Liz?
Today we are going to do the basics of stained glass. We're going to talk about the basic equipment you need. I'm going to say basic a lot. We're going to talk about the minimal equipment that you need. Talk about the tables that Richard built. We're going to talk about the different supplies, the tools, colors of glass, and then we are actually going to make a Deathly Hallows sun catcher that I will be giving to one lucky viewer.
Okay, so what you need that you must have, you gotta have one of these. Doesn't have to be this specific thing, but this is a grinder. This one is $100. So you need grinder, you need flux, $10 or so.
It's right here. $6.99.
$7. As far as tools, you need a soldering iron, you need one of these wheel glass cutters. This is the kind I use. I find it to be the best kind versus this or this. You need a pair of these running pliers. These help you break glass, and they are $11. You don't have to have one of these gooser pliers. $10. They're nice. They help you to break little bitty pieces off, and I'll show you that when we get home. You don't really need this kind. Something like this to help you smooth down. $3.50. Yeah, I'd get one of these to help you smooth down the edges of your copper or your foil. I'll show you more about that.
Do you need this iron stand? Do you need any of this, or is this just
Not
extra?
really.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm just showing you the stuff
It's very
you
basic.
absolutely have to have.
Cool.
This, I usually use 50-50 solder. This is 6337.
Here's 50/50.
50-50. I have best luck with that. $13. It's good quality. I want one of those.
Want one of those?
Get you a little stand like this. That's $20. You don't really have to have that to start out with. Glass, of course. Gotta have glass. Each one of these, we're in Hobby Lobby right now. Each one of these is about $8 to $12. If it has any kind of red in it, it'll cost more because I'm told that has gold in it. Some kind of gold flake. Yeah, so
It's a beautiful red.
that's really pretty.
And that's $15.99.
Yeah, that's $15.99 because it's red.
And it matches my nail polish.
Okay, get you some. These work pretty good. They're $4.50 for some protective eyewear. Gotta have that. Flux brushes. These are to brush flux. That's why they call them flux brush. You get a bunch of them for $2.
What about the foil? Did you say you needed?
Foil. They're different widths, like 56.56, 0.64, 0.48. That's really narrow. I usually use about the medium, 0.56. They're $8. The basic window that I do takes 2 or 3 of these. I do pretty big size windows. Thank you very much.
Yes, you do.
Can you think of anything else? I don't use gloves. So what's up, Liz?
So here we go. First thing that we did is we're very fortunate that we have an extra bedroom. And so this is now the art room because I just think it's exciting to have an art room. So we have the art room, and it's got a wood floor, and Richard took some really heavy plywood, like legit plywood.
I don't know what you call that. It is heavy.
It's legit plywood. It's very heavy. These are 2x4s. These are 4x4s. And he just put those in the corner. We screwed them together. We always use screws instead of nails. That's a different video for a different day. And I didn't mean that naughty, but you took it there. And you really need to have something that you can cut on. So maybe you have a counter or a table. Just make sure that you can cut on it. Also, it needs to be somewhat sturdy, like beyond a card table, because some of the windows that he's made, like for our bedroom, are upwards of 20 and 30 pounds. And so you want to be able to press on it, solder, do all that stuff. So you want to have a good work surface. It's just a pause. I need a breath. All right. Next thing we need, you need to have, this is called a grinder. It's a little gross, but that's okay. It's a Superstar. They have them at Hobby Lobby. You can order them online from different places. They're around $100. You've got little sponges here. We just filled it up.
So you put water in this?
Yes, you put water in there.
This is a grinder wheel, and that, let's see, you put your glass on there, and you can, why don't you just show them?
Okay.
Not on that piece, but this is kind of rough.
Okay, so we're gonna smooth this out right here. So we're gonna turn it on.
And it's got water down here, so the stuff that spins off of
that. So we've got our grinder. It's about $100. It's good to have good lighting. We have fan, music.
Like this.
There we go. Power strip, because you've got this and light, and you get kind of worked up. I do anyway. For a fan, you've got, this is your soldering iron. This is solder. This is what holds it together. We use the 50/50. And this is $12.99 at your local craft store. This is stained glass flux. You're going to put it on with a brush, one of these.
Stained glass flux brush.
Stained glass flux brush. That's hard to say. Could be dangerous. You're just gonna put some, dip it, put it on there, and that helps the solder stick, and then the solder is gonna stick it together. We have our copper foil that we'll talk about in just a minute. There's different kinds of that, and we'll talk about that in a second. We have our solder. We have, what's the official name of these?
Gropers.
Gropers, grocers, grozers.
Gophers.
Gophers, something.
They have the plastic ends, and they're not straight across. They're a little bit curved. So if you put this line right on the line where you want to break the glass, it just kind of snaps the glass for you.
It goes boop, like that. This kind of bites at glass, like where this one is kind of jacked up right here.
Show me how that's curved.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you always want to put this kind of like the bottom of the alligator jaw that's curved on the bottom.
I don't know if I knew that.
I marked mine to where that's.
Well, I'll be darned. That's what
It'll just go ahead and snip a piece of that off. Or...
Well, I'm trying to. Oh,
there you go.
it went like that. Okay, good times. It's not a very forgiving hobby, but you'll
But you
get
can
there.
always go smaller.
You can always go smaller, so that's all right. So we've got those two, the groper and the grozier or whatever it is. This is we're going to use this to smooth things down with the foil. We'll talk about that in a second.
We'll explain all that later. These are just the basic tools you need. You've got to have these.
Glass cutter with oil inside. I'm sure there's some special oil. This is vegetable oil. Go with it.
And this is the best kind of glass cutter we found. It's got a little wheel in here.
Press down.
And it just scores the glass. So you have to push harder than that. We'll show you.
And you fill it up down here, and it's got a little ring on it. Here's the foil again. This is the silver. What is this one? Silver lined. Sometimes they're black lined inside. It depends on what kind of glass you're doing or if you want to get that particular. And it's adhesive that sticks on the glass. So we've got that. Here's a full new pack.
Like, reason it would be silver lined, that's paper there, but that it's not silver line.
Right, that is.
This is. Okay, so it's gonna be silver. If you're doing clear glass and you've got a piece that you can see the underneath of this because it's next to a clear glass, you probably want to get the silver line. That way you won't have black showing up or gold.
So, yeah. This to measure your space. Richard, when he's doing a window, he gets the space of the window, the size, and then he puts these you can just buy super cheap at Lowe's or Home Depot or somewhere else and cut them the size you need. And then he just screws them in and then works like as a frame, works within that space. So this is to measure. Scissors to cut this or anything else that you may need. It's good to have a straight edge.
Use that
angle.
some. I use this a lot. This big, good.
It's also a loud hobby.
This. I don't know what you call that thing. A right angle?
A right angle.
Square. You know.
So that's kind of the basics. We'll talk about the black and the silver in just a second, and the bistro chalk marker. We are going to use today, for the very first one, we're going to use a pattern. So we're going to hold that down right there. Don't even have to tape it or anything. Over here against the windows, these are the very first ones that we did. And we took a class at our local VOTEC, Mid-American Technology Center, and it was like $90, and they gave you the supplies and stuff, I think.
Yeah, we got to make
a couple of pieces.
a couple of windows each.
Yeah, I did the one that's in the kitchen. That
If
we'll show you a
you're
little bit.
looking for some of this equipment, like a good grinder can cost you $200 or $300. You can find stuff like that on eBay. People are getting out of the craft, or call up your VOTEC schools. A lot of times people donate grinders and also glass to VOTEC schools, and I know the one here at Purcell had boxes and boxes of glass pieces.
Ton, yeah. People like maybe grandma did it or something, or grandpa, and he died, and family's
And
like,
so
we don't
they've
want
got
it.
all these boxes of glass. So unless you absolutely have to, don't pay retail for this stuff.
The glass, those two things that we did are super basic. That's like the tulip, and as we were driving down the first night, we're like, oh God, I hope we don't make the tulip, and we made the tulip. So Richard's is on the left, mine's on the right, I believe. We'll go with that. So we've got the design, we've got our stuff. Now we're going to pick out some glass. So the first thing I want this to let light through, which is translucent. I want it clear, but I don't want it just plain. So we're going to go for something like this. This glass is really cool because when the sunlight goes through it, it looks like it's got raindrops on it. So it's kind of cool. So we will do that, and I'll get the shape that I traced in just a second. So there's one of my pieces. And then let me get the other.
All right. And what are you doing?
I am tracing a circle. This is the one that I did for my pattern. And so this is going to be the Cafe du Monde coffee. Makes everything better. And the reason I did it down here is so that I'm just going to have a little bit of scrap, and it will still leave all this available if you want to use it later on.
Because this piece right here is probably that's probably about $5, $5 or $6.
Yeah. So I'm going to.
It's easier to pull it than sometimes I push it, but.
And this piece right here needs to be parallel with the glass.
There's a flat spot right on that wheel.
So I'm
right
gonna go. We'll see how that works.
And what are you doing there?
I'm gonna pop it off.
Okay, we don't know how to do this. So.
I may not either. So this is the blue line, and I started right here.
That's just a line that we put on there.
And that's you line it up, and we're just gonna hit.
Here. You can scoot that way. There you go.
That.
Yeah.
Richard's teaching.
It's been a long time since she's made one. She doesn't like the violence of it.
I don't like the breaking of the glass. I like the grinding and everything else. But, for that, my first circle cut in like 2 years.
Not bad.
That's not bad. And then we'll just grind that little bit off. So on this piece, how about I do a straight line right there? Would that work?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't cut a 45-degree line. You can cut some fairly sharp curves, but you're pushing it.
So we're gonna just put that right there. That's just gonna give me a straight edge to cut along. Get this ready, put it right there, hold it down, come at me.
I don't think you got it.
I don't think I did.
There you did.
You wanna hear that little,
You can hear it when it's right. It sounds like glass cracking.
so then we're gonna do this blue line. You can see it right
Can't see
there.
where you scored that. Yeah, there you can. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this right here.
Right on that line.
Right on the line. And that's it. So then we take this little baby.
Voila.
Yeah. Voila.
Voila.
Okay.
Or-
And then because I'm a weasel, I'm going to do
Voila.
this. I don't know what this has to do with being a weasel, but I'm going with it. And just getting rid of the excess and down.
You got it pretty straight up and down.
There we go. Let's do it one more time.
This, let me make this a little more clear. This line right here, look how dirty my fingernail
I
is.
know, my hands are horrible.
This
Look, look.
line right here with see the wheel coming out of it right there. This line right there should be parallel with the table. So trying to figure out how to hold this right like that, and probably apply pretty good pressure. Get your shoulder over the top of it, and you'll hear it just crack.
Just. So here we go. One more time. Up. I didn't get it good up here, so we'll try again. Now we're gonna do this. This is the one, what?
I don't think I do that.
Okay. Did you pause?
Okay.
So I'm gonna get right here.
You don't have to push real hard. You still don't have that parallel with the...
Man, me and my parallels.
Perfect. Good cut. Good
Okay, and
cut.
then Richard did this. I don't know if I could do it. This makes me nervous. You don't have to scream. That's raggedy, but we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna grind it.
That is ratchety.
Hey, it's been 2 years. Back off. So we're gonna start right here. Make sure we're parallel, cause that's a big dang deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Do these people that are learning won't snap a piece of glass in their hand.
There we go.
And I've probably done 20, 22 windows, never cut my hand. Seriously, other than just a little bitty scratch where you have to squeeze it to get some blood come out.
All right, so we're gonna come over here to the grinder because this is making me nervous. And got this here. I'm gonna put these on, even though I have on glasses. I'm still gonna put these
That
on.
won't work.
Well, then I can't
Over
see.
the glasses.
I can't see then.
Okay.
Safety glasses. You'll notice right here, there's a little bit that I need to grind down. Right there.
Okay.
So we're gonna come over here, lay it down, turn it on. And you push just a little bit, obviously don't hurt yourself. And then I'm nearsighted, so I gotta get it close. A little bit more. And I think we're good. What do you think?
Looks good.
Okay. Awesome, awesome. So we're gonna turn that off. We're gonna set that there. That's gonna go in my centerpiece. So that'll be really pretty. And my glasses are on top of my head. So that's what we're getting next, so I can see. Pause it.
For somewhat of a pack rat, so if there's any glass that's as big as, I don't know, your palm or so, I'll save them back.
Well, you never know when you're going to use it. I think that's
Yeah.
just being...
Like we've got a piece up there that's part of a window that I just decided not to do. We got some, a little bit of everything. Some flames.
We're going to use this red.
Heart over there. Okay. Oh, that's pretty.
And then we're going to use this green,
Okay.
this clear, and so I just need a yellow. So we're going to go back over here to the
Okay.
magic box.
Here's a good yellow over here.
Yellow is really hard to find. And I always think the weirdest things, like this one to me looks like egg drop soup. So how bad can that be? But perfect. All right.
Okay.
Do you know why I'm using these particular colors, Richard?
The 4 houses.
Excellent.
How about that?
How about that? This man is such a good man. He read Harry Potter with me when the new one came out. So, a couple of things you can do here. Let's take, this is my pattern, and I scotch taped it, so we're going to do this. We're going to cut right there, and you need to not jack with your pattern. We're going to go right there to that place, and then we're going to cut right there, and this will be my boo
That'll
piece.
be a boo piece.
This will be the boo piece. So let me go get my glue stick. A little glue stick. And this one, sometimes it will have like a better side than the other. I like this side
What do you mean
better.
by better side?
This is one side, and then this is the other.
Kind of tilt it this way. You can see the roughness of that in the reflection. And then on this side, it's a lot smoother. You want to cut this side.
Plus it's prettier. Going to get this, put it right there, so there's plenty of space.
Or
Does that work? So we've got it. We checked ourselves before we wrecked ourselves.
we want to see. Okay.
That's way too big on the outside.
It's okay.
There's that.
Heck yeah.
Good enough. Good enough. And then we're gonna go here. I'm gonna get over here on the left side of me.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Wow.
Is that better?
That's better.
How's my parallel? I feel like I'm struggling with that. Now, I cut way outside the line, but for right now, that's what I needed to do, just for my own peace of mind. And then I will grind it down. My grandfather...
You'll get better and
I
better.
will get
at
better.
that.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of, I'm relearning as you all are learning. So we're gonna go over here.
The
to
bad
this.
part about that is it takes a while. The grinding, that's probably my least favorite because little bitty pieces of glass, you've got to have safety glasses on. Little bitty pieces of glass, you've got to have safety glasses on. Looking good.
All right, I think we got it. All right. So here is our circle and our two top pieces, and I'll smooth that out a little bit right there, and we're good to go.
So we're going to stop there and call that lesson number 1. And we will do more tomorrow.
Thumbs up.
So,
hi. So, this is when I would say be sure and like, subscribe, hit the activation bell so you can get the second part of this. It's going to be amazing. And soon you'll be able to do stained glass with the best of them. Thank you. See you soon.
bye.